Hello and welcome to another edition of RABtoons makes models for the upcoming Nutshell. So today we're going to be creating the models for Alyssa Zidel, Adult Hope, and very randomly Academia Sentry, which are those random sort of soldier grunts you see around the Brescia ruins in the first area of the game where you first officially start time travelling. So without further ado, I will jump straight in. So we've got our blank model template right here, and since we're going to start off with Alyssa, we will look up some reference images. Now obviously normally I use Opera Omnia as a sort of inspiration, but very obviously this character is not going to be in Opera Omnia, but I'm very confident that even this character would get added over Riku from Final Fantasy X, given their track record at the moment. So I'm going to go with this as a reference model because it looks quite simple. So I've got a dedicated layer at the bottom here for pasting in these reference images. And we will go ahead and save this to start with. So I've got like a specialised folder in 13's original folder for these, so let's go ahead and name that Alyssa. Welcome Wolfie Cooper. They use time travel to win again. Yep, I'm afraid so. If they're not careful, they're going to get a visit from the Time Police Squall on Wall. We'll see how that goes. So as always, I shall start with the hair of the model. So this one's quite interesting. We'll see how well it goes. Very floofy haircut, I would say, which is quite hard to replicate in this particular style, but we've managed more difficult hairstyles in the past, I'd say, so this should be a cakewalk. Just have another strand going off there. And she's got a little tuft just coming over her face. So we'll replicate that. So we've got a bit more strands going up here, so we'll just add a few more there. And this is the thing I hate about hairstyles that are sort of quite voluminous like this. It can be hard to actually get it to translate well into my style, which is often why I like to have Opera Omnia as a sort of reference. Hello Red Eye, and hello 64 Power. I'm doing alright. How are you? Okay, right, so I'm not particularly happy with that part there, so just gonna quickly go back and redo that. I'll try and make sure that it's the same sort of amount of strands of hair as well as the other sort of tricky part to this. Okay, that looks slightly better. Again, these kind of hairstyles, very hard to get right in this style. Just do a little strand going down there. Another one there. Okay, I think I know what I can do to make this look a little bit better, but I'll wait until I've finished it up. Choker Bocalina 2. Not this stream, maybe next time. Hi Daikaiju Tony, and hello Alan DRK. Oh, I just noticed Hugo Juarez, you said, "Oof, this girl." Yeah, I gotta say, not a particular fan of this character, as you will tell by the jokes in a nutshell. She's like all the parts I didn't like about Vanille, without any of the backstory to go. Well, she has a backstory that's quite similar, but it doesn't sort of strike a same chord, unfortunately, so she just comes off as irritating instead. Okay, so, as I mentioned before, when this doesn't quite sit on the head right, as I think this does right now, I have a little trick where I just use the scale tool to stretch the image down a little bit. Just ever so slightly. There we go. And that hopefully looks a little bit better. So now that we've got the head outline, I can just borrow the colour from this sketch. Now I notice this particular sketch is not quite in colour with how she looks in game, which is here, or more accurately here. But I think it kind of works, so I'm just gonna roll with it. So let's just shade the hair while we're at it. And this is invisible ink, which allows me to pull off this particular shading style. A valuable trick I learnt from a Flash tutorial years ago that served me very well. You know who this actually kind of looks like without context? That's a good image of him. It's kind of giving me Owl Turret vibes. FF9 is the best. Also, hello. Hello, Jesus. Adorno. What is this song called? Ooh, it may actually be a different song from when you asked that question, but let's have a look. Oop. Don't want to expose my terrible taste in music. So it was either Memories for the Future or Missing Link from the Final Fantasy XIII-2 soundtrack. Oh, Doobie, hi, I didn't see you there. I know you'll do well in portraying her, Rab, don't worry. Thank you, Leon Joestar. I can't believe this game has 2 sequels. I know. Squall, Wall did warn us. He tried to fix it. I think that'll do for the lips. And as I mentioned in previous one of these, I actually have the eyelashes, interestingly, a part of the hair layer, which sort of makes things easier. Just to quickly show you, that means I can do that without having to mess up the eyelashes. I'm playing 7 but can't figure out how to get the keystone. Something to do with the gold saucer fight arena, I seem to recall. Hey Daily DW. Hey Nico VA, it's the voice actor for our Noel Christ. How the devil are you, bud? Oh, almost forgot. Need to shade Alyssa's actual face. Just add a few lines all the way down. Let's just go for a slightly darker colour. Don't particularly care about this character, so I don't really care if it doesn't look all that great. Not my best work, but I think that'll do for Alyssa's hair. Which Final Fantasy game you doing? Jesus answered you below, 13-2. Don't forget her mole. Oh yeah, she has a mole, doesn't she? Or does she? I feel like you're trolling me. Oh no, she does in fact have a mole. Excuse me for just randomly going onto her Wikipedia page. Either it's not very well pronounced on a 3D model, or they scrapped it from the concept art phase. Okay, now why does Google say... Ah, there it is. Are you sure that's a mole? It looks more like a dimple. Raising Cane's had a grand opening today, so me and my aunt drove by, got food, and it tastes pretty good. Rock on. Whenever 16 comes out, I would like to audition and be part of the voice cast. Well, everyone's always welcome. I'm going to err on the caution of her not having a mole. If anyone else wants to correct me, anyone who might be more of a 13-2 nerd, I am open to critique. But without further ado, I will crack on. So let's just do the neck. And her little collar. And a very long tie with a clip in the middle. That goes halfway down her navel. Not a very practical tie if you ask me. I just see wrinkles. Jesus, that's jumping the gun. Yeah, they haven't even formally announced a 16 release date, let alone me being able to even write said nutshell. I think someone even jokingly said, I hope they were joking, wanted me to do a nutshell of the 16 trailer. Like, how would that even work? Okay, that doesn't quite line up, but I don't really care because I don't like this character. Okay, so it's got a weird strap on the side of the top there. And just for the hell of it, we're going to give her a little shoulders for her arms to connect to. Kind of reminds me of Cindy's coat from... Sorry, not coat, jacket from 15. Okay, she hasn't got a strap on that side. Okay, this is definitely not lining up at all, but I don't really mind. Sony just announced a state of play for tomorrow. More info, possibly? Yeah, so there's either going to be some 16 news, which I'm hoping for. The Twitter community very annoyingly likes to try and use every opportunity to say there's going to be like a new Silent Hill game out, and I think Hell has more of a chance of freezing over than that ever happening. So it's annoying, it means Silent Hill gets into the trending tab every day. It just hurts a little bit as a Silent Hill fan who knows the series is well and truly dead and likely never coming back. What's the last good Final Fantasy game in your opinion? Now, I'm of the opinion that there isn't a bad Final Fantasy game, really, but so what I'll say is my last actual favourite Final Fantasy game would actually ironically be 13-2. Now, I know that's a very hot take, because I know this game is widely contested and not exactly liked in its own right, mainly because I think it carries the luggage of 13's reputation, and rightfully so, because I know that game did burn a lot of people. But in my opinion, 13-2 fixed a lot of the issues I had with 13. It introduced one of my favourite characters ever, which is Noel Christ, and one of my favourite villains ever, which is Caius Ballard. The music is just fun. The music's fun, and the story is silly. It's all over the place, but it's just like a classic, you know, light-hearted adventure, and that was sort of exactly what I needed at the time I played it in my life. So I always have fond memories of 13-2 for that reason. So I might be a bit biased in that respect. Final Fantasy IV Interlude was bad. Interlude? Do you mean Final Fantasy VII No. I'll shut myself up there before I make myself sound foolish, because my memory might be failing me a bit. I'm trying to think what you're on about there. Watch what happens. They announced Silent Hill PT and PT2. Mark these words. You've got some high hopes there, Ben. Sorry, Sir Mr. Howell. I like your optimism. Some of the 13 music tracks rock freaking hard. Like, I know, right? I know a lot of people don't like the Chocobo track from this game. You know, the one where they turn it into like a hardcore screamo track, but I actually think it's so bad it sort of comes back on itself and is actually good in its own way. And I was abrasive to it as well at first, but I actually grew to love the hardcore screamo version of the Chocobo theme from this game. Who knows, it might actually, I think where we are on the soundtrack in this stream, it might actually come on in a minute. Why does no one in 8 know what MP is? I hope someone can do Kojima to do a new Silent Hill. Very, very slim chance of that happening, I think. I think someone is going to have to pry Silent Hill from Konami's cold, dead hands to actually do anything with the franchise. I mean, I know there's rumours that Konami's been acquired by Sony, but until then, it's just rumours. Do you play Vagrant Story? I played it for about 10 minutes when I was a kid. Couldn't really get into it. A combination of I couldn't really understand the story at the time, and I think the gameplay was actually quite hard as well. So I'm not going to put too much detail into these weird straps she has on her legs. I mean, classic Final Fantasy character design right there. Okay, I don't think her boots are actually that simple, but... Oh wow. That's not just a simplification of concept art, her boots actually are that uninteresting. That is quite rare for a Final Fantasy character. Cool, suits me, because I hate drawing shoes in this style. So she's just going to have some simple black boots. And that's all we really need to do for that. I thought Konami stopped making games. Pretty much. I mean, all they do now, I think, is pachinko machines, which is just basically gambling machines, but in Japan. Don't do that. I realise I've missed the detail on the chest there, but I'm just going to ignore that. So we just transfer colours from this art onto our model here. So Raz, how goes Chrono Trigger? Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it so far. I've done what you would call the first dungeon so far, which is a cathedral with all the monsters disguised as humans, and I'm slowly writing a script as I play it, because people have been begging me to play that game, so look forward to that somewhere in our very cluttered pipeline. No, I haven't played Tormented Souls, sadly. The only thing keeping Konami alive is Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, that's true. I hope there's new footage and an actual release date for Giga Bash tomorrow. The game looks awesome. Hey RABtoons, have you considered taking a break from Final Fantasy so you can do Resident Evil again? So I actually had a discussion with this about this the other day, and I think yes, it's definitely going to happen, because obviously that's how this channel got its start. It's just a matter of when and how we do it, due to personal circumstances that I won't go into just for the sake of not bringing the tone down a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely something I want to do, because I do miss the wacky Resident Evil characters we made, and it'd be nice to visit them again. What I'm curious about is, I know a lot of people have been asking me particularly about Resident Evil recently, and I want to know what's potentially sparked that, because it's just sort of come out of nowhere. Like, I've always had the odd mention of it, but just lately it's just a lot of people have been asking about it, and just curious if there's anything that's gone on in the community about Resident Evil that I wasn't aware of that has particularly sparked this interest. Ayo, do you voice act in your videos? I used to primarily do the voice acting, so I would voice Chris, Redfield, Sheva, kind of. I kind of took a step back when I started doing the Final Fantasy videos, mainly because I sort of didn't have a lot of confidence in my voice acting anymore, and mainly to sort of give other people a chance to shine. But I'm slowly getting back into it. So in the Final Fantasy XIV in a nutshell videos, I voice Elidibus, our favourite white-robed Ascian, and briefly I voiced Xenos in one of our Behind the Light videos, and I'll be voicing Xenos in the Stormblood nutshell. So I think you'll like that voice. It's basically Salad Fingers, but as Xenos. So I hope that works out and is funnier in Stormblood than he was on his brief line in Behind the Light video. Oh, and I'll also be voicing Fordola as well from Stormblood. I don't want to spoil the voice I've come up with for her, but let's just say I sometimes just randomly do the voice out loud for fun, just because I love doing it that much, so hopefully that will translate into the video. And you're probably thinking, yes, Fordola is a female character being voiced by a man, which is something we've avoided for many years, but I thought let's bring it back. Don't know about Kingdom Hearts Nutshell because I kind of think Just a Pancake covered that pretty well himself, and don't want to be constantly compared to his videos because I think they're way funnier than anything I do. I have discussed maybe doing like a spin-off to Kingdom Hearts as a Nutshell, like where Sora and Co visit like the worlds owned by Fox that Disney now own, as a sort of jokey sort of little mini series. So, maybe that'll come to fruition. We shall see. Bart Simpson is voiced by a female. Yes, he is. Kingdom Hearts in a nutshell, we got sued by Disney. Yeah, I've always said if I ever did do a Kingdom Hearts nutshell, I would have to sort of use drawn together style knockoffs for the Disney characters, because Disney have a very tight grip on their property, like way more than Square does on any of their property. It's one particular hurdle. Okay, so that is Alyssa's body done. So she has fingerless gloves, but we're not going to bother with that because, frankly, who the hell is going to be noticing? So let's just give her normal hands. And then we have Alyssa's idle pose. There's obviously a gap in the line out there somewhere. Go away, DivX. Sorry about that. Square keep giving money to Nomura. I don't think they care about the properties. Said, what the fuck? I don't want that humanity stop here. Please, I beg all of you, translate his message. Okay, that's clearly someone spamming. I shall ignore that. Okay, I don't know what the hell this ZAR guy is on about. Thank you for that, Mr. Howell. I'll just have a drink a sec. I've been meaning to ask this for some time. Do you play each game you make a nutshell for beforehand or not? So rule of thumb is I only make nutshells for games I have actually played, which is why you haven't seen anything like a Tactics nutshell until now, which I just wrote a script for, and Fire Emblem, Chrono Trigger, all those kinds of games which I constantly get asked about. So obviously rule of thumb, I've played the games, but to actually write the nutshell, if it's a game I've already played, I don't actually necessarily replay the game to write the nutshell again. What I will do is I will watch someone's Let's Play, preferably one with no commentary, and I'll just sort of watch cutscenes and bits of gameplay in between, and I'll just sort of spitball jokes to myself in a notepad, and then I'll scramble those notes into a sort of coherent script as I go through said video. Mainly because it's just easier than finding a way to play said game, especially with a busted computer like I have. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, yeah, so we've sorry, I got carried away there. So we have Alyssa. That's one model done. So now we can move on to Next one, don't panic. That I'm going into the 14 model folder. That's mainly because that has the base template I use for most models in it, so it's just easier to go into there. So let's save the next model we're going to make, which is Hope's adult form. So Hope 13-2. Definitely not each cough F11 cough. Yes, the less said about Final Fantasy XI in a nutshell, the better. Oh hi Lone Shadow, I didn't spot your comment there. In a way, you save on time with a Let's Play, so very wise, Your Grace. Thank you, very clever use of my quote from Final Fantasy I in a nutshell there. Okay, so let's do Hope's adult model. So I did check before the stream, so I wouldn't embarrass myself, but this particular outfit is not in Opera Omnia, at least not yet. So I'm just gonna try and find a good reference model. I think we'll stick with the official render, and I'll obviously not draw his tie flapping in the wind, because that would be a bit it might be amusing, but it would also be a bit silly and not a lot of people would get the joke. Let's shrink down that reference image. Square Enix's Avengers in a nutshell, just one joke about being the bootleg MCU. Yeah. So a lot of those faces, when the first trailer dropped, they definitely gave me that vibe that it was like not like a Walmart Avengers from the MCU films. Just passing by, saying hi, and I love your work. Thank you, Huggin and Munnin. Hey y'all, Jared here, and nice art. Thank you, Jared. That game is just a path, man, is horrible. Which do you think is easier to animate, fast animations or slow animations? Not sure what you mean by that question. Do you mean longer videos and shorter videos? Because I think the answer would be quite obvious there. Okay, so for Hope, we're not going to be able to just reuse his hair from his child form, because they actually did bother to make some differences. Have you seen the Digimon anime? A Digimon in a nutshell would be funny. I do like Digimon and I love the anime. Not sure about parody of it though. Not sure what sort of commentary I can make. What music is playing in the background? Well, if it's the one that's playing now, it's Village and Void Aggressive Mix, so it's the battle music for I forget the name of the of Fang and Vanille's village from 13. Erba, I think it's called. Embarrassing myself as a Final Fantasy fan here. But it's 13, it's fine. I mean, one of the main criticisms of 13 was the names it used for its places and locations and terms, which were explained in the data log, which no one liked to read. Thanks for the stream, Rab. Later, everyone. Gotta head to the store to get my phone serviced. Best of luck, Doobie. Hope they can fix it on the spot. Well, it's being serviced, not fixed. My bad. Siege Renamon. Not gonna lie, I'd totally tap that. More Resident Evil parodies. See what I mean? It's just lately more people have been asking about them. I'm just curious why all of a sudden now. When I finish this model, I might compare it to the original 13 model I made and see how it compares. I think that kind of works. I might just skew it a little bit. Alright, so this is another trick of mine. If I'm not totally happy with how it looks, and it's just a matter of how the outline sits on a model. Basically, I just skew the line art a little bit to make it adjust to the sort of dimensions I want. So I'm still not quite content, so what I'm going to do is just skew it a little bit more. And I think that kind of works. Excuse me. So let's put the Hey X-Hero. I was playing Final Fantasy VI, but I'm very lost. It's a very confusing game. Yeah, it's not that confusing. Do an Ethan Winters model. I actually already did. I might open it in a minute just to show you. After 13.2, you're going to do a voting poll for 7 Remake, Final Fantasy XII, Revenant Wings, and Lightning Returns. Maybe. Where are you daily? Eh? Oh, you're talking to someone else. If first no one has asked you about Resident Evil videos, but now everyone is asking you about Resident Evil videos. Squall Rollinson, bye. Okay, bye, I didn't see you say hi. What was I doing? Okay, let's find Hope's model. Now I'm gonna try sampling his original hair colour, and that tells me there's a gap in the line art somewhere, so let's just sniff that out a little second. I think it's that tiny little bit there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the 7 Remake nutshell would just be pretty much recycled jokes, because it's a recycled game. See what I did there? Are you going to stream Strangers of Paradise next week? I sure would like to, if there's interest in it. Been looking forward to that game coming out for a while, and I know people won't care about spoilers as much, because it's not like a long-awaited expansion like Endwalker, because I did debate streaming Endwalker when that came out, but I didn't want to spoil it for a lot of people, because I know that was a 10-year finale in the making. Now, I know it's not exactly the same hair colour as his CG model here, but it's the same hair colour as his child version. And I want to keep it somewhat consistent. Gonna give him a little dimple on his chin to show he's now older. He's wearing glasses to show the passage of time. Oh, that's unusual. There was a random gap right there. I got a question, Raz. Do you think you'll beat Final Fantasy VII Remake? If I'm ever like really bored, I might go back to it, but at the moment I just have no interest in going back to it ever. Like, I wanted to like it really bad. I wanted to look past all the weird sort of changes they're going with and the direction. I'm just not into it. Maybe I'll just watch someone else play it and use that to write a nutshell. As I mentioned earlier, is a method I use to write nutshells. Okay, not quite happy with that shading there, so I think I might just adjust that a little bit. Yeah, I think that works. I hate the fact they made him a kid again in Lightning Returns. Same, it's just such a pointless change. And it's just made all the more creepier that people ship Lightning with Hope. So when they made him an adult in 13-2, I was like, oh cool, so they're sort of leaning into that shit, which I wasn't totally against, I just didn't like the age gap. And now he's more age appropriate for Lightning if they want to go said route. But then they made him a kid again in 13 Lightning Returns, and it just has all kinds of icky complications. Would like you to play Parasite Eve or Legend of Dragoon. I will be playing Parasite Eve again at some point, so never say never. I do like the Parasite Eve games. I've never played Dragon Quest, but again, I might have to play it with how much people ask for a parody of that game. So now we're going to move on to Hope's body. Caius' theme. This is a banger of a track. Okay, you know what? I'm not happy with that. Let's start again. Do 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 do. Yes, as Viral put it, the old Ara route. That definitely sums it up. Just realised this is an awkward angle to draw a collar from. Collars are something I've never been particularly good at drawing. Yeah, fuck it, it's Hope, who cares if it doesn't look right. As I said, I'm not going to draw his tie flapping in the wind. Just notice he's wearing the same sort of clip thing that Alyssa wears on her tie. She's also wearing a very similar side strap thing. The 13 trilogy did have an amazing OST. Did indeed. What was your favourite character of all time in any Final Fantasy? Again, probably a hot take, but he's actually from this game and his name is Noel Christ. I don't know what it is that sort of resonates so well with me, with his character, but he just did, and that will always sort of be my answer to that question unless they come up with a better character in the interim. Okay, not sure what the hell this thing Hope has on the side here is. I have to look up another image because this angle's... Okay, I have no idea what that is supposed to be. I'm going to just simplify the hell out of his weird side belt thing. I'm not even sure what the hell this is supposed to be. Noel Chrysler looks like anime Barts. First Dragon Quest game can be beaten in 4 to 5 hours if you play Super Famicom version with X4 experience and Gold Hack. It cut done on grinding drastically. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind if I ever pick it up to play. If it shortens the game, that's a bonus for me, because means I don't have to spend so much time playing it to actually write it down in a nutshell. Okay, so this weird thing he wears on his left side is also on his... Oop. Oh, sorry, I've lost the chat. There we go. Yeah, let's simplify the hell out of it. Seriously, no idea what it's even supposed to be. Do you have a favourite Final Fantasy character waifu? Come on, you should know me by now. It's Tifa. Will you make a Resident Evil 0 parody? Again, with all these Resident Evil questions. I've got to say, in terms of Resident Evil parodies, 0 was definitely very low on the list of any potential ones. So just do a little bit of his shirt sticking out. And we're going to simplify these boots. Ernesto Castillo. He's already given an answer. It may happen in the future. Thanks for fielding that question, Mr. Howell. Did you ever consider a parody of Dissidia? Some of the scenes in it are awkward as is. Lol. So our 50,000 subscriber special was sort of a Dissidia parody, but not really. I was supposed to do a 100k Dissidia 012 special as well. Still in the process of writing. I know I hit 100,000 quite a while ago now, so that is very overdue. Hopefully it will get there. It's interesting. The thing that sticks out to me about this outfit in particular is the yellow arms, and because of the noodle arms in my style, you won't get to see that. Even if I gave him shoulders, you wouldn't really get to see any yellow in this outfit. RABtoon, if you ever do, if you can, FF-Type-0 with the amount of main characters or side, I don't know, will that broke your hand? No, because they all wear pretty much exactly the same outfit, whether they're male or female. Like, all the females wear one outfit, all the males wear one outfit, in the class at least, so it would just need different hairstyles pretty much for each character, which wouldn't be an issue for me. I think the main issue with a Type 0 parody is picking a main character, as I would argue there are several. Someone said to me Queen is actually the main character, which I found an interesting take. That's not a vibe I got when I was playing it, but happy to be told wrong. As I said, we're simplifying the hell out of the weird things he wears on the side of his outfit. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, there's a gap in the outfit there. There we go. I love all your nutshell, but my favourites are 7, 10, and 10-2, and the Silent Hill nutshell. So that's interesting, because I know my 10-2 nutshell was a little bit divisive. But if you liked it, cool, thank you. We'll use that same colour for the boots. Apparently 7 was the leader, Ace was the main focus character, and Queen was the voice of the group. Hey Raz, hey Hamstel. Too many main characters overall. That is definitely true, that. Okay, I'm just going to make his neck a little bit longer. Okay, so let's shade in the body. Not my best work, but then again this is Hope, and no one likes Hope. Not even Hope likes Hope. Always thought this was an underrated track as well. It's a sort of slow, creepy version of the main map theme. Favorite non-Nobuo Uematsu composer. Funnily enough, you're listening to him. Well, okay, maybe this one wasn't him. There he is, Masashi Hamazao. Don't know, just something about his style sort of resonates with me. I mean, I like Yoko Shimomura soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts, but didn't particularly like it for 15. I thought it was a bit lackluster. And let's just do the arms. Well, I just realised the only video game Kao Otani did the soundtrack for was Shadow of the Colossus, unless you watch any Gundam shows. When did you do the Ethan Winters mod? Quite a while ago. It was for a Piss Taker comic I made that didn't do very well, so that's probably why you never sort of saw it, really. Let's just check the reference model. Yep, his gloves are that dark. And his hair is slightly longer actually, so I'm just going to add another little tuft at the bottom there. There we go, we have Adult Hope from 13-2. There he is compared to his 13 model. Hey, our zone games and vlogs. So let's move on to the final model of tonight, which is a Academia Sentry. So let's find the template, and because I keep getting asked, I'm just going to quickly show the Ethan Winters model I made. Oh, there we go. I completely forgot that was there. Yeah, this Ethan Winters model was made for a comic which was basically a parody of Lady Dimitrescu from RE8. So I'll let that horrify you as I just take a drink. To find the comic I would have to dig like around my personal folders, and I don't really feel like doing that on stream, so yeah, there's Ethan Winters for you. Okay, so I prepared the reference models for this next one pre-stream to save a little bit of time. So I don't know if you remember these guys from 13. They're repurposed as Academia Sentries in 13-2, so that's what we're going to be doing next. So let's save this model. RE8 is a comma game. I think you mean Kuma game, and yes, I agree. Tig old biddies. Really, Jesus? Because it horrifies me. Getting distracted. Where am I? Who am I? And let's just call him Soldier, because that's what he's called in the script. Don't make a face reveal, let that be a 7 mystery. I have already done a face reveal before. Like, not overtly publicly, but if you know where to look, you know. Ah, tune. I love this theme. Okay, so helmets are always interesting in this style because they have to sort of stretch over the these giant bulbous-headed characters. So very carefully. Okay, so far so good. I'm just gonna open up the other reference model. So that's a cutscene he appears in, which I'm also using as a reference. Yes, this is the same singer from Devil May Cry, I think. So he has a weird sort of nose, I guess you would call that. So it's somewhat like a stormtrooper helmet, but not really. I really don't like drawing helmets. I am not good at them. So that comes up and goes down, and that goes around, and then that goes, and I think that is good enough. So do the little lines on the side. It sounds like a song from Devil May Cry, and that's because it's the same singer, I believe, which I mentioned a minute ago. Oh god, I completely got that wrong. Okay, so he's got a little line going down there. Yep. I know it doesn't matter if these helmets don't look completely accurate, but I just like to be somewhat accurate. I want you to be able to watch the video and go, oh, that's the soldiers that just randomly walk around Lake Brescia. I remember them. Okay, so I think we can get rid of the face now, don't need that. Looking more like bloody Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the moment. I like Donkey Kong Country music by David Wise. Stitchbush Symphony and Forest Interlude are masterpieces. The water level music in the first Donkey Kong Country game is so relaxing. Ethan, hey, my wife is actually alive. Sucks to be you, James. Fuck you. Okay, so just going to curve that up a bit because the actual in-game model makes it a bit more obvious to use our eyes. line on their chin. And we have a circular thing going around the side of her helmet. And just because it needs to cover up where her head would be. Yeah, that looks fairly accurate. I would go, I'm out, goodbye, and keep up with your video. Thanks, Arzone. I always loved your art. Thank you, Catherine. Where did you get the inspiration to the stop resisting gag at 14? It's hilarious. So I have a writing team who sort of pitched reusing that line from Final Fantasy V in a nutshell, and it just kind of stuck ever since. It's a good go-to when we don't have an actual joke to write. Just throwing a bit of shade at ourselves there. Yeah, I think I'm mostly happy with this helmet, so I shall just go ahead and color it in. We'll borrow the dark of the eyes, and that. Do more Resident Evil models. I will when I'm working on a Resident Evil nutshell, which I'm not at the moment. Raz, of all the nutshells you made, which one is your favourite? Definitely 4 in a nutshell. As I always say, it flows well, it was written well in my opinion, and 4 is my favourite Final Fantasy game, so it just sort of goes hand in hand, really. And thank you again, Catherine. Laughed my ass off. Can see that hidden comment on stream. Also, yo, how's life, Rab? Yeah, not too bad. And yeah, unfortunately, with the way I do comments in these streams, if a comment is removed, you will see it anyway, because you can basically see what I can see, which is a moderator view, unfortunately, but that's the only way this old fuddy-duddy can find to actually do this type of stream, so I just kind of live with it. Okay, so I'm happy with the helmet, so I think I can move on to the body. Now, this is just another little trick I'll show you. I say trick, it's just more something I do for convenience. If I'm using a reference picture and the picture is sort of like obscuring my drawing view like it is here, what I do is I create a layer above the reference image, lock that, and I create like a white square, and this is just a block that will obscure background image. This is probably overtly complicated, I'm probably making it harder on myself than I need to. That's just what I do, so that means I can draw unobscured. But I think I'm going to actually turn the helmet layer off. And actually I think I need to make said obscuring block slightly bigger, so let's just do that. So it's completely blocking that. Who is your favourite summon? Definitely got to be Ifrit, and specifically the Final Fantasy X version. I just love his design. Snap, I fell asleep and forgot about this. Yo, Patrick, hope the legs are healing nicely. Oh no, yeah, you're having surgery, aren't you? Well, I hope that surgery goes well. Chocobo theme in 13.2 is silly as fuck. Yeah, but I love it. What would a Five Nights at Freddy's parody even be? That's the collar. So these actually don't look as complicated as I thought. Whenever I saw these guys walking around in the game, I thought, oh god, I'm dreading making these models. But no, this is actually, now I think about it, quite simple. One of the benefits of using concept art as well, they simplify the design. Because concept art has the downside of having to be redrawn every time it's used, whereas a 3D model is a one and done thing. Final Fantasy X Ifrit was really cool. You're okay as of now, surgery is Monday. Well, hope it goes alright. Do a chest plate. At this rate I might actually have a decent amount of time to do doodle requests at the end of today's stream. So start thinking up your requests now. Don't say them in the chat, because obviously I will miss them by the time that rolls around, but just sort of keep them in mind. The silly little doodles you want to see me draw on stream. Not models, doodles, like, you know, just silly little flat line art I can quickly knock up. So a common challenge is people getting me to do to draw characters from memory is always a fun one. Yeah, they got a very weird crotch, these soldiers. Let's simplify, simplify, simplify. So I've just been known to go over the top with these models that you'll only see sort of once or twice. What happens to Wesker's Revenge? Is on a very long hiatus at the moment, is all I can say on that. Spree, fuck, multiple sensors beeps. I like Shiva in Final Fantasy X. Yes, her design was quite cool as well. Are you British? What gave it away, governor? You slag. But yes, I hail from T-Land. Sunny, humid England. Which is obviously a joke, because, well, have you ever been to England? Okay, now let's colour this dude very carefully. And let's just check. Yeah, it's all the same colour, so you're only going to see this guy for less than a minute, so don't need to go overly detailed with the finer things. $19.99 forever. Have you ever watched Shameless? No. Heard of it though. From all the FF series characters that you know, who will draw to be bitch slapped for being a bad character? I mean, 13-2 Hope is up there. Definitely. As you'll see in this video. Whenever the hell it releases. I'd love to say this month, but I don't think that's a realistic goal. Okay, I think that will do it for the model. Oh, hang on. Forgot a bit. Okay, now. Nope, one more thing. There we go. Sorry if this is out of nowhere. What's your favourite tea if you drink it? I actually don't drink tea because I don't like it. I know that's treason when you're a Brit, but I actually prefer coffee. I prefer a latte. I don't suppose we need that anymore. And funny enough, I don't actually think I need to lower the head at all either. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I've gone ahead and drawn the arms when we haven't even shaded the body yet. Did I do the invisible ink at least? No, I did not. So it should be very easy. It's mainly one colour. Does he change between child Hope and adult Hope each time you bitch slap him? That would have been a funny joke, but sadly not. It's more or less just more ripping on Hope as a character, as we did in 13 in a nutshell. Because Hope is just the worst. Sorry for any Hope fans. What even would an Among Us nutshell look like? Very bad, because I don't actually particularly like the game, no offense. Just not really my thing. Okay, I guess we don't need the template body anymore. Don't need that layer, we don't need that layer. And let's just experiment with his helmet. No, that doesn't look right. I think it was fine. Yeah, that looks fine where it is actually, I don't need to move it. And there we go. We have done all the models we set out to do tonight. Ah, just as my favourite song comes on as well. This is my favourite track from the game. So tonight we made Alyssa, Zidal, We made Hope's adult form, and very randomly a soldier. Okay then, so now as we have a bit more time, we do have two options. I could jump into straight into the doodle request time, or I could very quickly do Mog's model from 13.2, because I actually haven't made Mog yet and he's actually needed for the scene I'm currently animating, so I'll let you guys decide while I just take a quick drink and check my messages. And yes, I have made Noel 1999 forever. Do a Steve Burnside. Okay, this isn't... I mean, I can do a Steve Burnside doodle, but I won't be making his model. This is just silly little doodles now. I mean, just because you said it, I will go ahead and take an attempt at Steve Burnside. I seem to remember he very much looked like Leonardo DiCaprio in the original Dreamcast version. I remember he had like a weird little... He had like a neck collar kind of thing. I seem to recall he had like a jacket, like the sleeves rolled up. Fun fact, I am also not very good at drawing guns. It's more like a bloody water pistol. That's why often, when characters have guns in my parodies, they just tend to have grey blobs that resemble guns, or I just use a PNG of a gun. Do 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 do. There you go. Steve Burnside from Resident Evil Code Veronica. I mean, I think I was fairly spot on. Oh, is this the audience request phase? Yes, you're just in time, Blackjack. 13-2. Is 13-3 going to be after that? It's scripted and ready, just needs to be fit in my very busy schedule somewhere. Go ahead and do another model, or do a thick Ganondorf. Oh hey, Fateless Fire, I didn't spot your comment there. I was going to say Rochelle as a low Loperit, but that would be too weird. What's your drawing program? It's Adobe Flash CS4. So Rochelle is a low Loperit. I'm not sure if I can visualize that. I can draw you a low Loperit. For some reason I'm drawing a blank on their outfits. So I know this is definitely not what their outfit looks like. I think I was okay on the head wrap they wear. There you go, a Loperit from End Walker. Draw Kai's giving Sephiroth a wedgie. That's actually an amusing concept there. I think I have to do that. Sounds like 1987 up in here. So this is Serendipity. That's actually the casino theme from 13-2. But I can get why you would think that. Okay, so this is going to be interesting with Sephiroth's cloak. So I'm going to have to draw it all scrunched up. Don't ask me why, but I definitely think Sephiroth would wear tighty whities. This oddly goes with the track. There you go. Caius Ballard giving Sephiroth a wedgie. Let me just expand that so you can actually see it properly. I actually enjoyed drawing that one. That was a funny concept. Thank you for coming up with that. Hey, Doobie's back. Didn't even notice so in the zone with this drawing. Is this the Choco battle music from 7? If you're on about the previous track, it's actually the Chocobo race theme from Serendipity. The rambunctiousness of Chocobo theme is kind of funny. Caius almost looks like the pirate chick from Final Fantasy V. Yeah, it's because I doodled Caius from memory, so he doesn't quite look right, I would say, but I think I got the feel of Caius down. Hi, Samus. Lightning being hit by lightning. Okay, I can definitely do that. Oh hey, Burnt Etch, otherwise known as Meek Voice. The voice of our Nero from 14, in a nutshell. You're just in time for the random doodle segment of the stream. So, lightning being hit by lightning. I never remember what Lightning's uniform looks like, so it's just kind of like a rough guess. Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to anything else. Brilliant piece of screenwriting there. I know you didn't say Pikachu, but I just thought, why not? Here, lightning hit by lightning. People want lightning in Smash, but is she ready for the chew? Zawaludo. I thought you were going to have lightning slap herself a bunch of times. You're thinking in 4D chess there, Hal. That would actually been way more clever. Did you know lightning strikes from the ground, not the sky? No, I did not. That's not a purple. That's not a lightning bolt. That's hermit purple. You made it 10 times better. Thank you, 64 power. Beautiful. Gosh. Okay, I think I've got time for one more, so anyone wants to throw any ideas out, I'll just take another drink. And I'll probably make this the last one. Draw Harry meeting Pyramid Head. Okay, here's Harry meeting Pyramid Head. I'm going to draw the OG Pyramid Head, not the movie and Homecoming nonsense one. And this theme oddly goes with Pyramid Head as well. And there you go, Harry meeting Pyramid Head, which was a fun little concept. So thank you for suggesting that one. Harry is telling Pyramid how big of one he can take up his bum. Always gotta take it blue. It's belly bows for me, good night. Oh, I missed you, Burntech. So I hope if you're still there, good night. Okay, so that's about all the time I have for sketches, I'm afraid. I know that's not exactly many, but as always, these are fun to do, so let me just save this, because I do randomly post these sketches later on, if I remember to, that is. Okay, looking good, dropping in for a hot set before class. Oh hey Eric. Eric is our veteran voice actor. He voices many of our beloved characters such as Lunith, Ignis in Final Fantasy XV in a nutshell. Always loved to work with that guy, so nice of him to drop in. Okay, so yeah, getting distracted. That's all from me tonight. Got some good models done tonight, I think, and some amusing little sketches. So I will catch you all next time. Bye.
Trees